Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So today what I'm going to show you is the best way to disassemble your LED solar activated porch light or garden light, I guess, and which pieces you are going to need for your reverse engineering project. The main thing I'm just going to tell you right now is that we are not going to be using any of the wires in our reverse engineering, but all the other components we are going to be using. So let's get started in taking this piece apart. All right, so in front of me here, I have my lantern, and it's very easy to take apart for the first parts because this part easily slides out. That's the whole principle of how this part works. These two parts should interface together so that way this can be driven into the ground and this can be a stake in the ground. So this is one piece here. Another piece we're going to have is going to be this metal tube itself, and this just gently twists off like that. The other part that's going to gently twist off is going to be this crystal looking piece. This is the part that diffuses the light for the actual LED light that is there. I've already pulled out the tab so you can see this turns on when it's fully dark. And so we have these three pieces right here. Now this is the part where you're going to need to use a tool. So we're going to use our small point Phillips head screwdriver to take this off. And there are two small screws here. So I'm just going to unscrew the pieces here. So that's one. And the screw should come out because the tip should be slightly magnetized. If it doesn't come out, all you have to do is just flip it over and give it a soft, and the screws should come out. So now we have these pieces. And now we have the actual LED part of the screen, or LED part of the screen, the solar cell right here, which actually, if you push a little bit on it, comes off, and we have another ring or a separate ring component. And now this is the part that I was saying we're not really going to be too concerned about. These wires, what we are going to want to make sure that we are taking care of is this nickel cadmium battery. We're going to set this aside. We don't want anything to happen to that. The leads that are inside of this part right here, actually, let's see if we can get a good focus on that. Of course we can't. So the leads that are in here actually are slid into these plastic slots. You can actually grab it and gently pull them out. And now we have those parts. And then this last piece that's being held in here is being held in with a screw. So we're going to take our little screwdriver again and gently pull this out. Unscrew it. There we go. And this LED should fall out as well. So we have this bottom interface housing where the LED actually comes out. And this is the part that connects with the crystalline diffuser. So that way LED's in there, light comes out. And then we have our bottom interfacing panel here. And then we have our top interfacing panel here with wires that connect to our solar cell. What I'm going to say for right now is that we are not going to be too concerned about these wires and trying to model them because they are going to be pretty, tricky and finicky for what we're trying to do. So these are actually parts that we can cut and separate, and I forgot to grab my tool. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. I just grabbed a set of pliers that happen to have a wire cutter portion on it. And we are just going to gently cut these wires right here. Hey, I didn't think I had to say this, but just on the off chance that you're kind of watching this out of order, do not cut these wires while this battery is still attached to the leads. Like I said, don't think I have to say that, but people prove me wrong some days. So we're going to cut these. They are not attached to anything. There we go. There's that. And then there is that as well. We still want these parts, these little metal springy parts, because they do interface with things. So we have our two parts here that attach for our battery. We have our lid here that has our solar cell on the top. with the wires coming out the bottom. Now, when we model these, are not going to model it with the glue or the wires coming out of it. We're going to just treat this as one whole cohesive unit. We have the brain of the operation here with all the solder and wire. We're just going to do this with the LED coming out of it as a straight piece. Treat it like one unit minus these wires here. And then that is all for our wiring. Oh, and then we also have our battery right here. We had these two screws which attached our bottom interface with our bottom faceplate here with the top faceplate. And then this screw which attached the brain to the bottom faceplate. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to treat this as one piece because this is one unique part. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 unique components all here. Let's get this looking nice, neat, clean, and organized. So these go here. We'll put our screws right beside it. We got our battery. We got our leads, our brain and our LED, the screw, and the crystal diffuser. So these are just making this look nice, presentable. All right, so these are all of our components that we have. And I will put the names of these parts up on the screen for you. That way we can have some common naming conventions across our project here. So these are going to be the pieces that you and your team are going to have to design and model and then assemble together into one working assembly. Now, of course, it doesn't need to light up because that's not what we're doing. We just want all of these pieces to be able to come together and make one assembly with zero interferences. So here's all of your parts. Here's all your names. Once again, there they are. Ooh, look at all these names. Look at how fantastic. Oh my gosh, how well written. All right, now these are all of our pieces. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm going to switch the camera back. All right, so now what you have to do is you have to decide within your teams who is going to get what parts and start setting up a timeline. Your due date is going to be there. Hopefully I didn't make that look cool. Your due date's going to be there. So you need to have all these parts made and assembled by that date. So that is your next steps. So as a team, whoever your team captain is, the person who chose your teams, should start to figure out who's doing what when, and where, and when do you need these parts done. Remember, you guys are working as a team, so use everybody in your team. You have some pretty bright individuals there, and even if you identify yourself as not a bright individual, I promise you are. There are things that you have probably figured out that other people haven't figured out and they just don't want to ask or you just don't want to say. So try your best. That's all we can ask for. If you need help, holler at me. Let me know. Other than that, we should be good for everything that you need in this project. So have a great rest of your day. And that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you are not a part of our class, but you have questions about reverse engineering or any engineering principles or CAD modeling, feel free to drop a comment and let me know, because I bet you my students probably have similar questions and I can maybe make a video for that. So trying to expand this out. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.